Hey everybody, a very warm welcome to the show. I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Easton, and this week, given the unprecedented times, we're looking at social solidarity in the Middle East and North Africa. We'll examine how communities are coming together to share hope in a myriad of ways, not least in Egypt. A little bit later on, we're on the ground in Lebanon to find out how young men and women are giving their time and their money to help vulnerable people in their cities.
The government doesn't do anything for us.
But first, let's start in the UAE, where people of more than 200 nationalities are coming together in a crisis. And we start our story with one initiative which was launched in the capital, Abu Dhabi. For residents of the Emirates with a desire to help those in need at this time, the answer is just a click away. Volunteers.ae is the first and largest nationwide platform of its kind, and its aim is to expand the country's volunteer community. And tens of thousands of people from 126 nationalities, from physicians to life coaches to psychotherapists, have offered their services both online and in the field. Providing essential food supplies to vulnerable individuals, not least blue-collar workers, is a project by the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Initiatives called 10 Million Meals. It was held in conjunction with the launch of the world's tallest donation box, which saw people pay as little as $3 to illuminate every light on the facade of the Burj Khalifa, securing 1.2 million meals for those affected by the pandemic. MBRGI's director, Sarah Al-Nuaimi, told me more.
And I asked you about the motivation behind the 10 Million Meals initiative, because it quickly surpassed its target.
We've reached the 10 million in a week, which was amazing. Like we did not expect that, but it really shows you the kindness and generosity of the people in the UAE. We do target everyone who got impacted by the COVID-19 outbreak in the country. We make sure that we take into consideration all ethnic groups and the demographics.
Let me ask you about donations in kind, because there have been some surprises, haven't there?
Yeah. I mean, in addition to the cash donations that we've received a lot of in-kind donations. We've received 1 million bananas from one, 1 million apples from another, in addition to a lot of other things. Even farm owners would donate dates and would donate fruits and crops from their farms towards this campaign.
To ensure that children aren't forgotten right now, the Ministry of Education and the charity Dubai Cares have joined forces to launch #EducationUninterrupted. Mindful of the fact that many low-income families may not have the necessary tools for distance learning, the initiative is distributing computers donated from UAE residents. The CEO of Dubai Cares had this to say.
We thought, why can't we play a role, support the government's initiative by providing laptops to those children, but cover all the children in the UAE that come from low-income families and get into every single government school, every single charity school, every single private school that is targeting low-income families. Those are low-tuition schools, and this is for all children, all nationalities, across all the 7 Emirates in the UAE. And it's very simple. It's just by donating or even receiving a used laptop from the community itself.
Now, of course, there's more than 200 nationalities living here in the United Arab Emirates. But in terms of your initiative, who's getting involved? Who's the most active?
Well, everyone's getting involved. We got in touch with a lot of digital platforms giving us pro bono services and getting all the community in solidarity with the campaign and spreading the word that there are children who are not able to get their education because of these laptops. So we got a lot of the community members involved. I'm speaking to all the 7 Emirates. The hype is on, and hopefully more of the community members will be involved.
And that's the overriding message from federal authorities right now, who are urging UAE residents to dig deep with their resources and their time to care for their community in these unprecedented times. In these uncertain times, one author had the bright idea to launch an app allowing people to light a virtual candle and spread hope around the region. Salim Saeed has more on this story, plus details of a family campaign in Egypt.
A simple act of kindness goes a long way. That's the idea behind some community campaigns across the Middle East and North Africa, which are trying to counter the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Making a positive move to support families in need is Egyptian footballer Saad Samir, who's pledging via Instagram to provide food and shelter to those affected, not only by the nationwide lockdown, but also by recent storms and floods.
We'll start with 20 families, and I challenge Walid Suleiman, Sharif Akrami.
And with that, he kicked off the Khair or Goodness Challenge on social media, nominating other teammates to get involved. Translating these pledges into action is the Risala charity organization, which so far has delivered about 8 million food packages.
It was the biggest movement in Egypt to have all these celebrities together and the football players as well to get involved together in such a great initiative, and our campaign Risala Tahadi al-Khair to help those who are especially in need in the coronavirus crisis.
Since March, says Risala, more than 50 footballers and other celebrities have teamed up to help raise nearly $450,000. Not all giving has to be financial to change lives, so says the Candle of Hope campaign. The Pan-Arab Initiative urges people to spread hope and positivity by lighting a digital candle via an app. The money the app makes from adverts is then used to help the needy, says its founder. The author and social media influencer says by thinking outside the box, individuals can support their communities in a variety of ways, not only financially.
I saw an initiative that I really liked in one of the places where they're supporting the local businesses by opening their Instagram account for free advertisements for all local businesses during a month. That's an act of kindness. Because of that, I learned about a business. So let's be creative, let's be innovative, let's rethink community involvement.
Tens of thousands across the region are lighting their candle in solidarity. And the movement was ignited with star power when Lebanese singer and actress Haifa Wahbi announced her involvement and lit her candle on a billboard in New York's Times Square. The idea also caught on with Pink Floyd musician and songwriter Roger Waters.
This is my candle for hope.
More than 250 Arab celebrities and others joined the movement, including Egyptian actress Nelly Karim, who told Euronews that kindness attracts kindness.
If there were 1 million that were made aware, good. Afterwards, 2 million will know, then 5 million. It always grows. Specifically, these acts of good that start as something small, just this big, and it grows, and that's the best thing about it.
As the campaign's flame grows stronger, it plans to shed light on those doing good deeds during the pandemic and use a variety of media platforms to encourage local communities to support one another in their giving efforts.
In Lebanon, the coronavirus pandemic, coupled with the country's economic crisis, has left many families in a perilous position. But some members of the community have rallied together, extended a helping hand, and eased their plight. Layla Malana Allen has the story.
Zaina from Beirut has been struggling to get by for months now. As prices rise, and with no income or state support, even affording daily food bills is a challenge.
The bills are rising. Everything is getting more expensive. I'm so sad and desperate, I can't sleep all night.
Her real name isn't Zaina. We've changed it at the request of the organisation helping her, as there's still stigma attached to receiving aid. She's just one of thousands of Lebanese struggling to survive. Since an economic crisis hit the country late last year, the situation has become ever more perilous. More than 45% of Lebanese are now living in poverty, according to the World Bank, and it's estimated this could rise to 75% by the end of the pandemic. So, Lebanese communities are coming together to form support networks. Jessica, one of the volunteers helping this area, doesn't see it as charity.
We're just like working with each other, trying to get over this situation with minimum damage.
Jessica's one of a group of volunteers for a grassroots initiative called Lebanon of Tomorrow. It's the brainchild of local entrepreneur Tariq Karam, who saw poverty levels rising starkly in Beirut. He brought together young people to work across Lebanon, regardless of religion or social background. But it's not just food. Lebanon of Tomorrow is helping with essential medical supplies, using local networks to help hospitals who are on the front line of the coronavirus pandemic. After speaking to local doctors, Tariq raised funds to donate an automated CPR machine to reduce physical contact with patients.
Catching the virus is something really scary at this moment. That's why people are refraining to going to ER as much as they can. But you know, the cardio cases are inevitable. This machine helps, basically it reduces the staff of ER working on each case from 11 to one. Our second move will be doing the COVID test for all people for free.
One of the most vulnerable groups, not just to COVID-19, but to facing poverty after retirement, are the elderly. Another local initiative, Beit Al Baraka, is focusing on their plight. Its founder, Maya Ibrahimcha, wants to fill the gap left by the state, which provides little support. Beit Al Baraka operates a free supermarket where older people can select much-needed provisions while maintaining their independence.
The government doesn't do anything for us. Here, they take care of everyone who comes here. Not just me, everyone.
The initiative also helps with rent and utility bills to stop retirees becoming homeless, as well as organising social activities to combat loneliness and encourage exercise.
People who join Beit Al Baraka, they're not just here to benefit from the food and the healthcare. They're also here to be part of the social tissue that we're knitting around all this community of seniors. So they help each other.
And until the economy shows signs of recovery, it's up to initiatives like these to help Lebanese people hold each other up and work together for a brighter future.
Well, that's all that we have time for in this edition of Inspire. Do make sure you catch all of our shows online at euronews.com. And before I leave you with some inspiring Instagram posts, let me just say, stay safe and I'll see you next time. Take care.
DJ Jabu spins the decks from her Dubai home in a bid to unite her community. And Maya from Lebanon animated her neighbours in this creative tribute to them.